When the going gets tough, wherever the going is, our very special guest today puts her hand up and says, I will go. Sil Wong from Impact Northwest is on the ground in Maui with her team, and she's with us this morning. Welcome back to Spirit 105.3. Sil, so appreciate you being here.
Oh, you guys are awesome. I love that I get to wake up with you this morning.
Well, you're just wonderful. And I can't imagine how you must be feeling this morning because I know how special Hawaii is to you.
Yeah, it's my home state. And so, yeah, there's definitely a deeper rawness to it. You know, any disaster that I go to deeply touches my heart. But we all know the saying ohana, or the word ohana means family here in Hawaii. I think there's nothing more evident of what that word means than in times of tragedy, especially here, to see everybody getting together. And all the disasters I've been to, I've never seen so many locals just doing something. Like every single person I have met, even people who are originally from Hawaii who live on the mainland, every one of them is doing something with the recovery efforts and to do something. So I think the world is seeing what it truly means to be ohana.
That is so beautiful. Sil, I know you're there with Impact Northwest. What will you be doing today and in the coming days?
So we are working actually in the hard hit, what they call quarantine blocked off area of Lahaina. So there's two tiers of this quarantine area. One area, just in general, you can't get in unless you have security clearance or you have evidence of residency in that area. So we've got the clearance to go in. And then there is hot zone, and that is actually where all the homes completely are destroyed. All the buildings are completely destroyed, gone. And that's where all the search and recovery efforts are happening, and nobody needs to be there anyways. A lot of just the tedious nature of that itself, they don't need to have people disturbing that area. So that's completely cordoned off. Like, it's impossible, no matter what kind of clearance you have, unless you are one of the search and recovery teams, you're not going in there.
Yeah. How are you pushing past the emotions that you must be clearly feeling to do your job?
Oh, it's funny you asked that because I had this conversation with my mom, who obviously is from Hawaii as well. She was born and raised here in Hawaii. She was like, it's going to be really hard for you still. Like, I pray for you, and I really want to make sure you're okay. And I said, of course, I thank you. I need that. I will take any prayers anytime. But I go into first responder mode. Done this for a really long time. I've been in EMS for a really long time. So I just go into this mental shift. Mm-hmm. How I do this, I don't know. Part of it's because I've been a first responder for so long. Part of it, I think, is personality. But I go business. I immediately start focusing, okay, steps 1, 2, 3, what is needed? What do we need to do? How do we gather things? What's the problem? Let's fix it. I have ability to kind of shove the emotion to let it take a back burner to what I need to do. But that's not to say that I can't or don't let all of that motion come out.
Yeah.
It's just there's an appropriate time for me, and I know that I can't allow that to happen right on the ground, because if I let that all happen, the work doesn't get done.
Right.
People don't get help. And so thankfully I have a family that's supportive and lets me have that all out later.
Yes. And I think God gives a special grace to people like you. Like, you're one of my heroes. You're not afraid to go. So what is something you've seen so far? You mentioned everybody treating each other like family. What is something you've seen that has just touched your heart deeply?
There's every day we're hearing stories of and how people are helping each other. This is kind of interesting. I work for an airline, and on the way here, I knew like the entire crew that was flying my plane, which is kind of random, including the first officer. He brought me up to the cockpit, and he said, "So, I just want to talk to you." And he said, "My daughter, Bethany," hi Bethany, if you're listening, she's 12, and she just really, really wanted to help and do something. So they went to Target, and they got 30 gift cards, and he said she just wants these to be handed out to people who need them, who need help. So this little 12-year-old girl, she just reminded me of my son who just has an empathetic heart. It's like, I need to do something, Daddy. What can I do? And obviously she can't come here to Hawaii to help. So she just made sure. And he said, I am entrusting you with this. I believe you're going to make sure these get to the right people. And I'm like, okay, I got this for Bethany. We're going to take pictures of who we give it to so she can correlate, the fact that she did this to the people that she is directly helping. There you go. How awesome is that?
It's beyond awesome. I can't wait to see those pictures. Big shout out to Bethany this morning, and shout out to you, Sil. Please stay safe and keep us posted. Let us know how you're doing. We so appreciate you.
Thank you. You guys are fantastic. I so appreciate your time and for chatting with me.